Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. Psalm 128 describes the blessed state of an individual who both fears the Lord and also walks in his ways. This is a person who has the right attitude within his or her heart, but also the right action in their lives. And it talks about this in a very domestic way, where it talks about you should be happy when you eat the fruit of your hands. It will be well with you. Your wife shall be like a fruitful vine within your house, your children like olive plants around your table. Behold, for thus shall the man be blessed who fears the Lord. And just talking about the happy home life that comes out of fearing the Lord and walking according to his ways. And oftentimes that is the case when everyone's on board, when everybody's fearing the Lord and putting God first and they have their priorities in line. Oftentimes that leads to a peaceful home. But we could also look at this in a very spiritual way as well, because there's basically three things that are brought out here that can be applied in a spiritual way. Fruitfulness, happiness, and then also multiplication. When we are putting the Lord first in our lives, as we're connected to Christ and we're abiding in Christ and we offer up reverence to God, but then we're also walking in his ways, keeping his commandments, keeping our eyes fixed on what truly matters in life. What comes out of that is, one, a fruitful life. That is a fruitful life unto the kingdom. We begin to go out and we begin to serve. We begin to do the things that the Lord has called us to do, mainly to love others, to love God above everything else and love others, and perform acts of goodness and kindness and love towards other people. And as we do that, we begin to bear fruit and our lives become very fruitful. But also we become very happy in that state as well, as we have purpose, as we have drive, as we have meaning in life, as we're bearing fruit for the Lord, and that fruit begins to become abundant. That leads to a very happy life as well, and a very content life, because we are living in line with our true purpose. But it also leads to a life of multiplication. That is, as we go out and we live a life of love and care for others, as we share the gospel, as we tell people about God and the things connected to that, and as other people connect themselves to God through our example and through our words and our actions, then that leads to a multiplication within the kingdom. And therefore, even the kingdom itself begins to flourish. So we could say this leads to a happy kingdom life as these things are taking place. And so today, as we do our reading and as we encounter the day, let's get our minds in line with what this psalm describes. Let's walk in fear and reverence to the Lord, and put him first above everything else, and then also walk in his ways, to obey his commandments, not just read his word, but actually obey his word, and to do the things that he has taught us, so that we can live a life of fruitfulness, so that we can live a life of happiness and joy, and we can also live a life in which there is multiplication within the kingdom. And so I think this is something that we should all be desiring in our lives, but something that we should also be desiring each and every day as we open up our eyes, putting God first and everything else, above everything else, and walking in his ways, and seeing the blessings that flow out of that. So these are some things we can reflect on and think about as we do our reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.